No,
you
it's
there?
like it's far.
Four.
So it's
4
4
hours. Not
hours.
too bad. Okay. Let me tweet. Oh, is that plane overhead? Is it? Is
Oh, what?
that an airplane overhead?
Oh, yeah. Damn, you can hear that?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
got like this cool vibration through my ears. It's quite nice.
Damn, those are good headphones. Like,
Oh,
jeez.
these are great. Yeah. Um, okay, there's a tweet. My Facebook should post something in a minute or two. And okay, let's get into this. I suppose we might as well start. Yay!
Exciting.
Woo! Yeah, 1 minute past 8. Let's go. Okay,
Oh,
so
look at me.
and we've got one viewer as well. So hi, mom.
Oh, my mom is over at Spain, so they're having more fun than I am.
Your
They're
mom's not
traveling.
watching now. Oh, there's two
No.
viewers. Maybe it's your mom as well. Okay, so hello and welcome to everybody. My name is Tom and I run Sorenzo Props, and this is Sorenzo Meets. It's my little show where I get to talk to prop and cosplay people from all around the world, people who inspire me, people who are impressed by, and people I just want to talk to and hang out with. And today I am joined by Adriana from Dysania Props. Am I saying that right?
Yes. Well, I can be Dysania or Dysania. Who knows? But I say Dysania.
Dysania. That sounds much better.
It sounds metal.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, that's pretty cool. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. And you, sir?
I am doing very, very good. I apologize about last week, but I just did not have the energy or the motivation to try and do a show and be all cheery. So I thought we'll just postpone it for a week and I can catch up on things. And I think it suited you better as well, didn't it?
Yeah, I was really stressed. Well, I'm always stressed, but I was really stressed back week, so.
You shouldn't be stressed. It's fun. This is a great job that we do. You know, sanding, you can't be stressed sanding.
Well, yeah, but it's not all butterflies and stuff, you know. But I love what I do, so that's cool.
That's good. Well, we're going to get into what you do and find out a little bit more about you. And Dysania Props, Dysania. But first of all, we'll just go over a few things that have happened here on my side of the world. What's been happening? So a couple of weeks, I don't even know when it was. In the past, I just released the video for my pipe bolt action pistol, all out for it. So I was quite happy with that. It took me so long to edit. Do you edit videos?
Yes, it's terrible. I know how painful it is.
And every time I think I'm getting good at it and I realize that I can do it much better and I need to go spend 4 more hours. But I did that video and I'm very, very proud of it. And I think I've got the hang of doing videos. So I'm hoping I can get more done. So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. There'll be links for everything we talk about in the description. And what else happened this week? My Patreon, I announced a very special prize. I'm just going to try and get a screen grab of it. I am going to be giving away one of my Red Hood helmets, which people seem to be very excited about. So let's just show that post. Oh, what's going on in the background there?
Yeah, it's just a car.
That's cool. So yeah, I'm giving away one of my Red Hood helmets on my Patreon, which has been going really, really great. Lots of support. People are really excited about it. And I decided to sort of throw it a good treat. I've been giving away the one-day build prizes. So I thought, why not give people something extra special? So I'm excited about that one, and the support has been great. And that is all I can think about that's been happening in here. I'm sure there's been more interesting things. Oh yeah, I made batarangs, which are in the workshop, but that's me.
Oh yeah, it's like 1 day prop, right?
One day build. Yeah, I had them up here, but I think I brought them down to the workshop. I spent a couple of hours today trying to draw them on CAD. I'm learning how to use Fusion 360, which is a great, simple, free program from Autodesk. But doing some of those chamfers, it was a nightmare. I was getting a buddy to help me out.
Feel you.
We were just like, what? How do you do this? It's like,
yeah, I'm new in AutoCAD, and it's complicated. Like God.
Yeah.
And it took me like an hour to just make a simple figure, you know.
This is a free program, so you can pay for it, but it's free to start off with. But it's really, really great. But like, there's limitations because it's free. Obviously, SolidWorks is what it's trying to replicate, and SolidWorks is incredibly expensive but incredibly good. If you're good at it. So yeah, I'm learning to use that. I'm struggling through it, but I'll get there in the end. But anyway, enough about me and more about you. So first
Yay.
question is always, who the heck are you and what do you do?
I'm Adriana, like you said, Adriana, whatever you want to say it. And I make props for a living, or at least I try to do so. Um, I've been like a few years into prop making, probably like full prop making like 2 years, because I began cosplaying 3 years ago. So prop making it's around 2 years, and that's basically me. I make props from mostly video games and movies, but mostly video games, and that's it.
For people who are not familiar with you and Dysania Props, whereabouts are you based?
Oh, I'm from Puerto Rico, San Juan. It's
Excellent.
yeah, it's part of the U.S., but it's an island. So
So I am going to be completely honest, and I have no idea about Puerto Rico, where it is,
yeah,
what goes on there, what it's like. So that's my first sort of real question is just a geography lesson, I suppose, to find out a little bit more
right.
about your country and its people.
Yeah, many people don't know. They don't even know it's part of the U.S. So we're not a state, but we are part of the U.S. So we are in the Caribbean. It's really close to Cuba, and it's like 2 hours away in plane to Florida. So we're really close.
Okay, so I've
Yeah,
got an
we're
idea.
really far away from you.
Yeah, you're pretty far, all right. So I'm assuming you've got good weather.
Yeah, that's like the best thing we have. It's like summer all year round. We don't have like winter, legit winter. We don't. We get like 70 degrees. That's the lowest we get.
Okay, so that's enough from you. I hate you. Goodbye.
Yeah,
Wow.
weather-wise, it's excellent for prop making. It's like all year round. You can use like resin or paint. The only downside, it's an island and it's really humid. So you can imagine we have to like time our like paint schedules and stuff. But besides, it's really nice. I wouldn't change
Excellent.
it for anything.
I can imagine. I can imagine. I'm in Scotland and it's winter all year round.
Ah,
We had our summer last week for 2 days, and
oh,
it
oh
was like
wow.
the sun was shining. It wasn't warm, but the sun was shining.
Well, that's good.
So that was our summer. So we're done now.
Wow.
It's straight back into winter, which is pretty pretty sucky.
But at least you can use jackets because it's really hot in here. It can get to 100 degrees and it's not dry, it's humid. So your hair will go crazy and it's just terrible.
Yeah, I think I could live with crazy hair if we didn't have to wear my jacket all the time.
Oh,
Uh, but anyway, so what is it like being a professional prop artist in Puerto Rico?
oh, I wouldn't say I'm a professional, but I'm
Well,
trying to at least be
do
one.
do you have another job or do you just do
No, at
this?
the moment I just do prop making. Yeah, it
Well,
was a
then you are a
big,
professional
scary.
prop maker.
Yeah, it was a scary move. I'm currently a student as well, so I'm like almost full-time prop maker and half-time student.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm an industrial designer student. Yeah,
design art.
yeah.
Oh, okay, so what's the sort of structure of the class? Is it painting, sculpture, or just a
We
mixture?
get like a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Like at the moment, I'm taking AutoCAD and mostly like history classes. I'm just taking it easy this semester, but we mostly have classes about furniture. Like industrial design here in Puerto Rico, it's not about designing like cell phones or stuff like that. It's more about like furniture. So I figured I would study that to complement it with prop making because previously I was a programmer, like in programming school. And when I found about prop making and there was like my passion and stuff, I said, well, hey, might as well just study something to complement, right?
Hmm.
Because if I was going to be a programmer, I really wouldn't have been able to like make props at all. Programming takes a lot of dedication. So
Definitely, definitely. Excellent. So when did you first start the prop making?
like I would say it was around 2012, 13, the time when I got into programming. That's when I sort of like began making props. It was as a hobby. I began as a cosplayer, and people were like, "Hey, do you sell this? How did you make that?" And I was like, "Well, I don't sell this, but maybe I could like make some. And I got such like good reactions and feedback that I decided to make like some props, nothing big, just like swords and a mask and stuff. And I got a really good feedback. And since then, I've been making everything I can.
Excellent. It kind of sounds like how most people start out. They just started making something, and people started asking could they make more of them, which is pretty cool. So you have been a cosplayer for a while?
Yeah, I haven't been able to make many cosplays because as soon as I got into cosplaying, I began working at a haunted house. And then that's where I sort of like figured out I wanted to be a prop maker. I was making props and set designing with a great group. And that's when I stopped studying, took like a 1 year break, and dedicated full time to making haunted house and props.
Excellent. So tell me about the
Very
haunted house.
odd. Yeah, it's a very odd background. It was like, what? Haunted houses? Yeah. When I made my first like complicated cosplay, it was Pyramid Head. Since it was horror, my ex group found me and they were like, "Hey, like, did you make that?" I was like, "Well, yeah. Why?" "Oh, we're making a haunted house. It's gonna be like first year. So it's like we're gonna test and how it goes." And I'm like, I can't lose anything, so might as well just try. And I began working back in 2013 with them, and it's a very fun story and long story. But we made our first house. It was House of Phobia back in San Juan, and we had a great first year. So we decided to make a second year, and that's when I completely like changed to industrial designing and haunted house, and I was like loved horror. So yeah, that's the place. So
So
I can't see the year. 2013, I said. Yeah.
how did that all work? What was the sort of setup for that? Did you just like rent a house and then put in loads of attractions and actors, or?
Yeah, we made everything from scratch. Like it was just like an empty space. We rented some place and we made every wall, every prop. We got from like some props we bought, and we got actors. I didn't act. I don't like acting, so I just made the walls and stuff and props, and then just hide in the background. And everything was like scratch. It was great.
That's pretty cool. I like that. I like that. So what's the cosplay scene like in Puerto Rico? People are, there's obviously something happening because you're there and you're making money from it. So
Yeah, but actually, it's a big scene. It's fairly new. Well, it's been for a while, but since 2013, it was like a big boom, and everyone began like accepting it and making big cons. We don't have many big conventions. We have like Comic Con and StarCon, but we began having like a big boom not so long ago. So it's fairly new. I would say it's fairly new, like to being accepted, and there aren't many prop makers here. That I know. I think there are around 10 or less. So Puerto Rico is very small anyway. So.
And are they doing it like at a sort of professional level, or is it just amateurs making their own kind of props, or is it more TV and film industry type stuff?
We don't have like a big TV industry here. It's like really low, but there are a few professional prop makers here. There are others that are just doing recreational or for cosplay. But PR Props is one of the most known here that is like professional, I would say.
Yeah. PR Props, yeah?
Yeah.
I thought they were somewhere else for some reason. PR.
Yeah, they're actually really close to me, like an hour or so. It's a really nice guy.
And for some reason I thought they were somewhere else. That's pretty cool. All right. Excellent.
But like I said, there aren't really many that do it as a living, I would say.
Okay, excellent. So you didn't really you didn't say one day, that's it, I'm going to be a prop artist. It kind of evolved and happened. Is that correct? Yeah?
What? I didn't quite understand.
Oh, sorry. 1 second, sorry. You didn't set out to become a prop artist. It kind of just happened. People started talking to you. You started making things.
Yeah.
At what point did you realize, that this is turning into a full-time thing? And, did you actually physically, or not physically, decide to actually say, right,
Yeah.
I'm going to do this, I'm going to dedicate all my time to it, and I'm going to be a professional?
It did happen really naturally, I would say. I did not expect to be a prop maker. I really didn't. And a year back, I wouldn't have seen that I would be, where I am today. And I hope to get like more far away, like better. But it was very random. I would say it's been like a full year now that I decided that I was going to do this and like commit to it. I think it began with my Majora's mask. Like everyone knows me
Yeah.
because of Majora's. So
It is beautiful, absolutely
thank you.
beautiful. I do enjoy that one. So you're from a small country, you're making props for cosplay and for collectors, and it's quite small, it's quite niche. What sort of obstacles had you encountered? Was there any sort of difficulty being a professional and getting your work out there and actually making money from it rather than just doing it for a hobby?
Yeah, I've had many obstacles to be honest, and I could talk for hours, but I'm gonna like point out the important ones.
Yeah.
Living in Puerto Rico is very complicated when it comes to prop making, since we don't have many materials. We don't have Smooth on here or Reynolds or anything like that.
Okay.
So that being said, I have to order everything online, and you can imagine the shipping quotes are just outrageous. Like, and I don't like to charge my clients more because of that. It's not their fault. So I have to try to keep a balance, and that has been a challenge. Like if I order one bottle of mold release, it's like $15, and the shipping it's like 20.
Wow.
You can't just imagine. Yeah.
Oh dear.
So I have to like order a big make a big order out at once, so I don't have to pay such like big shipping. But I've known to pay like $200 of shipping just to get like silicone and resin over here.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's a lot of money, and that's the biggest challenge. I think that's why there aren't many prop makers in Puerto Rico, because they don't know where to find anything. We don't have like insulation foam. It's very hard to find. We don't have like MDF. We don't have like a Lowe's or Ace. We only have Home Depot, so they don't work those. We have to go like really far away to find those and call a lot of places and ask, oh, do you have like MDF? And they're like, no, we don't use those. So that is very challenging indeed. Over the years, I've made like a list, so I know where to find those materials, but it's still a challenge to like find things, especially resin. Like, resin, you use it a lot, like gallons and gallons. So I figured I would order like the $400 kit, like 10 gallon. And that's how I just deal with it, because I wouldn't be able to pay shipping every month, because I use around 4 gallons by every month. And that would be a big shipping quote. And another big like obstacle I've had is like space. I work in a really little like workshop. I have 2 separate shops in order to be able to like work. Wait, you froze for a second.
It went a little bit crazy for a minute there. I'm not sure if everybody caught that, but you were talking about the quantities of resin that you get. You can buy it in gallons.
Yeah, I just get the 10 gallon kit because I'm not going to pay every month for shipping.
You go 10 gallons. That's crazy. Even I don't go 10 gallons.
Yeah, it's $400. It's a lot. But I'd rather order that and wait to like make the other order instead of ordering every month twice, because the shipping is going to be expensive. So that's a really challenging thing. I have to keep like a schedule and like, oh, I have to order resin around this time of the month and so on, and silicone. So it's weird. And another obstacle I've had is, since Puerto Rico is in a very difficult economical situation, you may not be aware, but it's huge.
Okay.
Taxes here are ridiculous. Like we have 11% tax, which is going to be raised to 16, I think, next week. And that's another thing that it makes it really hard to keep my prices down.
Is that tax on what you buy or on what you sell?
No, what I buy. Like everything I buy is Yeah.
So it's the price plus the 16% plus the shipping.
Yes.
Wow.
We are full of taxes and it's ridiculous, and I'm trying to deal with that, and that's what it's really making it hard for me. And I've been considering moving to US, not sure where, but since I don't know if I'm going to move, I don't know if I should like expand my business over here, you know,
Yeah.
or save money, wait, and make my business over there. So that's been what's been going on this month.
Is there any sort of help or assistance from the governments or the councils to help people who are setting up small businesses or anything like that?
Honestly, I'm not aware.
No.
Probably there is some kind of loan like services, but I don't want to make a loan, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I was lucky over here because I got like a grant for you can get like unemployment benefit because I was setting up a business to give me sort of like they continued that unemployment benefit for 6 months. So that was nice to get like a little bit of money coming in. But after that, they're kind of like, you're on your own, you know, pay your taxes and that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty scary, honestly.
Yeah, that's the hardest part about it. How have you found the business side of things? Because you're obviously really good at making props, but as you just described, quite often business can throw obstacles in its way. How have you found that sort of side of things?
Like business wise, it's been complicated, really. I'm fairly new to like having my own business, and filing taxes. It's complicated stuff.
Yeah.
And when I figured out that I would be doing prop making as a full-time job, I said, "Oh my God, I don't have all the receipts I need. I have like 1,000 of them." And another thing is, since I buy online, all my receipts are online, and it's just a mess. It's just a mess. So
You gotta keep your receipts if you want to get your tax bill down.
exactly. And I have a lot. I'm sure you have too. I have like a box of them.
I try and like say, right, every week I'm going to like file my receipts and my invoices, and then it gets to the end of the tax year and I've kind of like got this big box and I have to sit down and go through them all. 1 year I just give them all to my accountant unsorted and he charged me a fortune to go through them. So this year I had to like do that part of it. It was a horrible job.
Everyone tells me the same. Just hand it to someone else to do it because you're gonna go crazy.
Yeah, it's good if you can keep on track of things and do it every week or every month, but I just have no discipline for doing stuff like that. But on the 1st of April, I'm moving. I've been trying to do it for 3 years, but I'm moving on to a digital one so that I can set up like rules and stuff. So like when PayPal comes through, it'll automatically log that for me, and then hopefully it should make things a lot easier. But I've been trying to set that up for years. But enough about boring business stuff. Let's go on to some interesting stuff. I think you kind of touched on it earlier when we got a little bit hazy on the line, but your workspace, where are you currently working and what's it like? What have you got there? What do you do?
Yeah, at the moment I work in my own house. I'm lucky to have a big house, so I have like 2 separate rooms. One for painting, mold making, and everything that's not messy. And I have one that it's a mess. Like it's where I cast and I sand, and it's just a sandstorm in there.
Yeah.
So that's what it's really like. I could show you around, but it's really small. Like this is as far as I can go. So
Okay.
you can imagine it's really tight in here. Sorry.
That's okay.
But I've been working here for around a year and I haven't had any problems besides like having a saw or a bandsaw and those messy things.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't know if I should expand here or just save and move. That's why I've been like undecisive there.
Excellent. So you've kind of suggested that you're a little bit unsure, but do you have a kind of dream plan? What would you like to see Dysania Props in the next year or in the next 3 years or 5 years? Do you have a plan or do you just have a sort of goal, a dream?
Well, I have like a goal, but it's not clear. I'm like just going with the flow. Like I'm saving money for whatever I decide I'm going to do in the next year because I have to wait 3 years until I graduate. And when I graduate, that's when I'll like decide where to go, if I'm going to stay or I'm going to leave. Because shipping quotes, it's a thing. Like that's like the main reason I want to move. because it's just terrible. So.
And I'm assuming that the large proportion of your customers are international, yeah?
Yeah, it's very odd. I don't sell a lot locally. I've sold like 10 items here, while I've sold to England, like France, Italy, so many places, just not Puerto Rico.
Excellent. Yeah, it's one thing, even though I live here in the UK, it still can cost a small fortune to ship something to the far side of the world. And quite often when people are spending money on an expensive prop and then you say, oh, it's going to be another $50 on top of that, they're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be quite sticky.
Yeah.
The problems we have to deal with. So who, I probably know the answer to this question, but who are your sort of influences, if you have any, who have kind of the people that have inspired you to sort of go at it full time? Who do you look to for source of inspiration when you're feeling low and you can't be bothered standing anymore?
Yeah, I've had those times where I don't want to go anymore. But yeah, probably every prop maker has almost the same influences, but I would say like Harrison for popping props. He was like my main reason. I think he's a big influence in the community. Like John from Cosplay.
I asked that question and I just stopped and just started writing Harrison because I knew that was going to be the first thing that you were going to say. I think when I ask that question from now on, I should say, besides Harrison of Popping Props, who are you?
Exactly.
Because we all know that we're going to mention him.
But he was actually like the main reason when he made his big day. BioShock is one of my favorite games, and when I saw that, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I want to make that stuff. And his Fallout shotgun was insane. And back then I was so oblivious. I was like, he's making this with wood, but it looks so good. And he was a big influence. But besides him, like besides Harrison, Bill Doran from Punish Props, he's another big influence. Frankie Polito, I first saw him on Face Off. And I didn't know he was a prop maker, so once I saw his job, is really good at it, and he really influenced. Ryan from Iron Forge. I don't know if you heard from him.
I am familiar with Iron Forge. Yeah, I didn't know it was Ryan, but Iron Forge. Does he do all the sort of Boba Fett helmets?
Yeah. He mostly does like Star Wars related stuff and custom helmets, and he was a great help when I first began. He supports me a lot. He's been helping me. Like if I need something from Reynolds, he would get me the thing and ship it to me. It's cheaper. So he was just excellent, and he would give me tips and so on. And he was just great.
That's pretty nice. Yeah. Have you made contact with many people, many sort of prop artists from around the world? Do you have a list of people that you go to for help and advice if you're stuck?
I have like a list, but mostly people on Instagram. I like know E Jones from Core Geek. He's really nice. I know if I ask him anything, he'll help me gladly. I'm looking forward to meet him. Like I haven't met any of you because I don't travel that much, so I don't see you in cons or anything. But I'll be going to Dragon Con, and I'm looking forward to meet all of you. Well, you won't be there, but
I said that I am definitely going to Dragon Con this year. I haven't figured out how I'm going to get there, but I might have to stow away in a suitcase or something. But no, I need to get over there because I'm the same. Part of the reason why I'm doing this show is so I can actually talk to people and have a face-to-face experience and actually not just type something short to them.
Yeah.
So actually, Eric is coming on the show next week, and I'm super excited about
actually dying to talk to him. He's really good. I'm like looking forward to meet him. It's super sweet.
Yeah.
So
that's another excuse for me to come another excuse for me to go to Dragon Con. I need to figure out. I need to just I don't know, get another credit card or something. And
yeah, I saved for like a year. Like last year, I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm still gonna go. But then I was like, damn, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend would be going too, so that's like two of us, and it's like a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I ended up saving up, and I already like paid everything. I'm only missing the plane tickets. I'm waiting for them to be cheaper. But as soon as they go like a little bit low, I'm gonna buy them. So I want to be safe.
Excellent. Yeah, I need to get my act together and just pay a deposit or something. That's pretty cool. What are you working on right now?
I'm always working on like a lot of stuff at the same time, but in this moment, I'm making the Necro Smasher from I forgot the name.
The Necro Smasher.
Yes, Team Fortress 2. It's like right, yeah. It's like a hammer kind of thing.
Oh yes.
Really
Okay.
odd, big hammer. Have you heard like from Team Fortress?
I know of it, but I'm not really familiar with it. I know that some people have made some really, really nice props from it.
It's like this really cartoony looking game.
Yeah, it looks pretty
Yeah.
cool. I think that was Bill from Punish Props. I think that was one of his first props. I think all his buddies got together for a con and they
Yeah.
all dressed up as Team Fortress. So he went and made some of the guns, and that kind
Yeah.
of got him hooked in it. But no, I've not played it, but I know of it.
Yeah, I haven't like played it, but I know about the game.
Uh, I was wondering what that was. I saw you start that the other night, but I had no idea. I just saw a big mallet. So
Yeah, it was like a big chunk of foam, and I in one night I was able to like cut it and sand it and get the basic shape. So,
yeah.
but I'm working on that and Mask of the Mother from this other game I forgot the name too. Dark Souls, the game. There you go. I'm making that mask. I'm sculpting the splicer from Bioshock, the bunny mask,
Okay.
and I'm making Boba Fett. I'm making Scorpion, and let's see what else I'm working on. Oh, well, I'm
Wow,
making my Kindred cosplay.
you've been busy. Yeah, I just scrolling through your Facebook there, and I saw your Kindred cosplay, and you're talking about all these things that I've not seen. So you are busy. You sound like
Yeah,
a standard prop artist. Too many projects on the go.
yeah. Like I have too many things at once, but I'm trying to get get finished the Necro Smasher and the Boba Fett helmet this week, hopefully. Since I'm free from school and I have like I can work on my stuff, so that's what I'm mostly doing.
Excellent. What's your school schedule like? Is it busy? Are you there sort of Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, or is it a bit
Oh
more relaxed?
no, yeah, I only study like Tuesdays and Wednesdays. No,
Oh,
Tuesdays and Thursday from 12 to 9 p.m. It's a little bit late,
okay.
but I only have like three classes. One is 3 hours. That's the AutoCAD one. History. That's like hour and a half, and basic sculpting. That's 1 hour and a half too. So I don't have that many classes, but it's
Okay.
very exhausting. Anyways, getting out at 9 to get home and keep working, but it's better than having the whole week.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You probably don't have one, but an average day with regards to your prop making, do you have like a schedule? Do you have a routine, or is it just kind of like whatever happens, happens?
I have like a schedule, I would say, because I get many Majora's Mask orders, and I already know how many hours it takes and that stuff. So I try to work on my commissions in the morning, and around 1 p.m. I get down to my Majora's Mask orders, and at 8 p.m. I go running to the post office, which closes at 9, and after 9 I go back home and keep working.
All right, so you do have a little bit of a schedule in place.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, not always is like that, but most likely at 7, if you call me, I'm gonna be making Majora's Mask. That is 90% possibility.
So you're doing a lot of those, yeah.
Way too many.
Way
That was
too
way too
many.
many.
Don't complain, because someday people will stop buying them, and you were like, "Why
I
won't you buy
know.
them anymore?"
I know, but I love Majora's Mask, and it's been I'm really thankful because it was the reason I was able to save up so much money to like go to Dragon Con and expand my business and all that stuff. So I'm thankful for that. But imagine painting 250 Majoras.
Okay, I was going
It's
to
a
ask
large
you
number.
how many you've done, but there's a screenshot of one, and the paint job is just incredibly beautiful. I really, really like that.
Yeah, I have one around here. Wait,
Oh
I
yeah.
do.
Okay.
Wait, I actually have one. There it is.
Oh wow.
Famous Majora's Mask. Yeah. I have to ship this one in a few hours, so
They
it'll be
are
gone.
beautiful. Because I think I discovered you by getting a commission request to make a
Yeah, I
Majora's
read about
Mask.
that.
And I was kind of like, okay, I'm kind of like familiar with this. So I started Googling it, and I was like, go to the RPF and stuff. And I don't know where I came across you, but I was like, that's really good. I was like, no, I don't think I can top that. I don't think I can justify taking on a commission like that. So I just sent the dude your link, and that was it.
Oh, but yeah, like I read it the other day. I was like, wait, what? It's scary because of my majors.
I'm assuming that he went and bought one off you rather than commission me, because I was like, no, I can't do any better than that dude. So I just clicked follow and paid attention to what you're up to.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. That's great. Yeah, I've been following you for a while.
Oh, thank you. So when we're on the topic of who are you following, who have you recently discovered that you are liking their work, whether it's a prop artist or a cosplayer? They don't have to be new, but somebody that you've just come across that you thought is really, really good.
Like a cosplayer or prop maker.
Yeah, anybody that you've come across that you're just really impressed by, that is that's new to you, that you've just discovered in the last couple of weeks or couple of months, that you find yourself checking their feed regularly to see what they're doing.
Well, actually, the first person to come to mind is June from Daphne Cosplay. I don't know if you've seen her. She made a great glass armor last year for DragonCon.
What was the name of her cosplay?
Nephany.
Nephany.
It's like Nefi. I'm gonna Google that.
Oh, there we go.
It's so weird. Did you find her?
Nephany Cosplay.
Yes.
And I don't follow her, but oh wow.
You should. She's really good and she's so sweet. I'm gonna be staying with her on the hotel at DragonCon. I was so lucky.
I am just going to share this. There we go.
Yes, that's her.
That's her. So it's Nephany, Nefeni. And
yes, she's basically new to the industry, but she's really, really good.
Looks like some beautiful work there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh yeah. Okay, so go back up here, click like. Excellent. Anybody else that pops to mind that you've been paying attention to?
Yes. There's this girl which I love. She won my Majora's Mask giveaway not so long ago. I'm gonna give her. She's Ryan Synth, I think. She's the sweetest girl ever. I'm gonna show you who she is because I can't spell her name. There she is. There she is. That babe.
Oh, it's not focusing.
Damn it. No. No. Yes. Maybe.
I think I know who you're talking about. What's her name?
Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Or
she's used Rian.
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah.
Right. Ryan Synth, is it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I love discovering new people. It's great. And now this page won't load.
She's a sweetheart, and I discovered her not so long ago. It was because she won my giveaway, and she was super excited, and I was like, hey, this girl, she makes like really sweet cosplays.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so there's 2 new people for you all to have a look at. I'll have to go and investigate their profiles in depth after the show. That's awesome. Thanks for that. Take note of that.
There's this other guy which I'm looking for. It is excellent. But I can't seem to remember people's names. I'm just bad.
I know. It used to be a thing that I could remember them all, and then you like, I'll follow like 3, 4, 5 people a day maybe, and then I always try and go back later on and have another look and go through in depth. But quite often things get so busy that I just forget.
Yeah. And complicated names like.
yeah. Cosplay names are never just like Bob.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like mine is the easiest, but this one is complicated. But I'm gonna find them in a second. Damn it.
Nope.
People. Yeah. Okay. No, I found him. Steel Barrel Cosplay.
Steel.
That guy. Like steel, like barrel, and cosplay.
Okay. Let me see if I can find it.
Like he should have like 10,000 followers or a billion, I swear. But he made this great Blizzard cosplay.
Steel Barrel Cosplay. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's get a little share up there.
Let's see. he made a witch doctor from Diablo, and
Oh,
it was just astonishing. It was beautiful. That one, yeah. I discovered him because I wanted to cosplay a female witch doctor, and this guy, he just took it. I was like, no, I'm not gonna be able to top that. I'm just never mind.
that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
So
He made a really cool one after that.
steel
I
barrel
think that's it.
cosplay. There we
Yeah,
go.
the one
What?
in his how do I say that? That one. That
Oh,
one.
that looks
That
incredible.
thing was incredible. It took him a while to figure out how to make that huge thing in the bag, and he did a
That
great
is
job.
insane. I love that.
Like,
That
and
is
this guy, he has like 1,000 followers. Like, why?
well. I quite often wonder about that, like people who have low followers, but like, how long has he had his Facebook page? How active has he been? And there's all these things you need to ask, but he's definitely got the talent, and I'm assuming his numbers are going to grow considerably because he looks.
Yeah.
He looks great. Yeah, that's fantastic. Excellent. Well, there are three awesome new people for me to look at later on.
But at the moment, those are the one I can remember. But I'm sure there are many which I've followed lately.
I know
They're
for a fact that
equally
I
as great.
followed either between 3 and 5 people today on Instagram, and I can't remember their name, but
Yeah.
I do that all the time. You're flicking through and you find something you just like it, but yeah, go back at the end of the night and have a look at them and find out a little bit more about them, because
Yes.
you never know, there might be future guests on here for Sorenzo Meets.
Yes.
Excellent. I had a question. I can't remember. What have been like your best moments so far? Do you have any sort of memorable moments where you kind of thought, yeah, I'm doing it right?
Like memorable moment at the moment, not that I can remember. I mean, I'm excited that I'm getting a lot of commissions, but nothing big at the moment.
No?
Nothing huge. No.
Still just being quite mellow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing huge. Like,
I'm
I
sure.
haven't been able to cosplay for a while, so I'm not getting like a lot of exposure. But I'm hoping to finish my Daedric armor for DragonCon.
Yep.
And my Kindred. Like,
So
Kindred's sooner, hopefully.
So that's your lineup for DragonCon?
Yeah, hopefully. Like, my Daedric is gonna be like on my lineup for now, but I don't know. I'm not sure about Kindred because the bow is quite big. I'm still figuring out how to like make it detachable or something.
Yep. Sorry, there's a phone going in the background.
Sure. And the Daedric Greatsword, that is going to be a challenge to take over to Atlanta.
Yeah, that's one thing about
It's like 4 feet.
you might
Jeez.
have to make it in parts or something, or just
Yeah.
buy a big suitcase.
Yeah. I'll probably just ship it to someone so they can take it over, like on a car or something.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I have like a friend who's going there. She moved recently to Jacksonville, so I may ship it to her and she can take it over there. Hopefully that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I've just had a message through from John. That phone won't shut up.
Oh my God.
It's over the far side. So
Offices.
yeah, I've got a shared office. So sorry, I've lost my train of thought. Okay, I was just going to mention that we have a Q&A app where people can ask questions if they're watching via Google. But apparently the Q&A app is not working, according to John, who was a guest last week from Cosplay Props. So I've got a couple more questions left, but if you have any questions, why don't you go and post them on the last link on my Facebook page, and I will check there to find your questions. So the last post for Sorenzo Meet Show, which is, and I'm live with Dysania Props. Post your questions there if the Q&A app is not working. I don't know why.
Boo.
The Q&A app is like really, really cool. It's like the coolest thing about Google Hangouts, but it's just like every second week it doesn't work. So if you can get it to work.
Unreliable internet.
Yeah, but I've got it. It's turned on. It's here. So hopefully someone will ask a question.
Maybe I can type.
Yeah, but if not, ask them on my Facebook, and I'll just jump over, check the Facebook, and it'll be cool. So, tell me about conventions in Puerto Rico. Are they big? Are they small? Do you get many cosplayers? Are there competitions? What sort of an event is it?
We have a lot of small conventions going through all year, from January to December, really. But the bigger conventions here are around summer. The next one is going to be Comic Con, Puerto Rico Comic Con. It's on May something, or remember date. But it's going to be 3 days. People really make like their huge cosplays for that con. And it gets really, really full, like 3 hour, 4 hour line, which I'm not
Mm,
looking forward this year.
no.
I wasn't able to go last year, but I had to go and drop some like merchandise, and that was insane. Every year it grows bigger and bigger, and I don't know what they're gonna do, but they have to fix that line. This
How?
year, Jessica Negro is gonna be attending, and some other really sweet guests. So I bet it's gonna be over the roof and very full.
Yeah. What's the sort of main interest at Comic Cons? Is it about cosplay or is it about, celebrities, movie stars, TV stars? Is it about comics? What would the main focus be?
Everyone here is interested mostly in like the cosplays. I would say it's a big deal on Saturday. People make like their biggest and most complicated cosplays. Sunday is more about like watching the like looking at tables and artists and comics and such. But I would say like it's between celebrities and cosplay. Not that much about comics.
Yeah.
Like people love comics, but cosplay is definitely a big thing here. People prepare for Comic Con all year long. Like it's like the biggest project is gonna be for that con. We're getting some new conventions like bigger. On I think it's gonna be on June and July. We're getting some. Looking forward to see how they like go with it. It's their first year. It's gonna be StarCon. Apparently it's a huge deal, so let's see how that goes. But we only have like by far one big convention that it's Comic Con. The rest are just small, like we get like 1,000, 2,000 people or not more. Comic Con it's like bigger deal.
Okay. What's the population of Puerto Rico so I can get an idea of the size of the country?
Honestly, I don't quite know.
You don't
Um,
know? I
we can
might,
Google that.
I might have
I'm
to
gonna Google that.
Google that. Yeah, let's Google it.
Let's see.
You should know that.
I know I should, but I don't. 3 million. It says 3 million.
3 million. Okay. So I think so now I've got a bit of an idea of what sort of size it is.
But it's been a big deal this last decade. I would say a lot of Puerto Ricans are moving to Orlando or different parts of US because of the economical issue. So every year we have like less people. It's a big deal over here.
Excellent.
Like all my friends are moving. Like I don't have many friends here.
They're all moving away.
Yeah, like I just got a text like, yep, we're all moving. Yeah.
See you later.
Terrible friends I have, like he moved. Jesus, you left me.
That's no good. That's no good.
Yeah.
Oh.
People are leaving. It's very sad and like yeah, every day.
Excellent. We've had a couple of questions pop in, so I think I might get to them before I finish off my questions. So first question comes from Morgan. Morgan is a big fan of Sorenzo Props here, and he is asking about looking back at your first cosplay, and now to sort of your current level of work. What would you say the stresses or pressures that you might put on yourself have lessened or increased? So when you're working on your stuff now, are you more stressed and pressured than you were back when you first started out? That's a good question, actually.
It's a good, yeah, actually it's really good. Looking back to my first cosplay, I would say it's Pyramid Head, and it was made out of cardboard. Cardboard and screen mesh and PVC tubes and all kind of, free stuff I could find around. I was only like 17 or 18 back then. And I've improved quite a lot. Definitely, I don't make props out of cardboard anymore. But I would actually love to make a Pyramid Head again and see like I would work with it now that I know I have like more knowledge, fiberglass and Sintra and all that. And about being stressed, I think it's increased because because back then it was more about like doing it for fun. I did get stressed because I remember back then I like I hadn't been able to finish the giant sword, and I was stressing so much. I was like, I'm not gonna go to the con. I'm not going. If I don't finish this sword, I'm not going. And now it's more like, well, if I don't finish, well fuck it. Ain't nobody gonna make me do that. I don't have time. But I do get stressed a lot. I get a lot of anxiety, and like that's a whole new, like a whole other conversation we could have about. But I do get stressed a lot because of props. Because I rather not do my cosplays and have all my clients happy.
Yeah.
I think we all work that way. I rather not cosplay and like have all my orders up to date and all that. So it's been quite a ride.
Yeah, when you go onto the sort of professional side of things, you get a whole new level of stresses and worries because
Yeah,
you're
it's a whole new thing.
you have to keep up to people's expectations, and it's not just you showing up in a costume, it's you delivering a product that they have paid for, and making sure that it's perfect and it's worth the money. So there's a hell of a lot of pressure. But
I do get a lot of pressure because I'm like, wow, he's paying a lot of money for this, and I gotta deliver a great product. So I try to do my best. I do more than I can do to deliver the best. So
well, it's a good way to be. That's why you're still in business doing what you do, because you do it well. Do you have anything any sort of rituals or any tricks that you use for kind of calm yourself down when you're feeling stressed? Is there anything that you can that can help you get through the tough times?
there isn't any kind of ritual, but my boyfriend does help a lot. Most of the time, I'm really, really stressed, and he's like, "Yo, like, take it easy. They are just props, they're not gonna die."
They're not just props. What are you talking about?
I know. I'm like, "No, they want it delivered on time," and babe, I'm like 2 days late, but I try to call myself, and the thing I say the most to myself, like one day at a time. Like I tend to think ahead. Like I think it's we all prop makers do. I'm always like, tomorrow I have to do this. The day after day I have to do this thing, and I'm always thinking about what do I have to do next. What do I have to order? Like, oh, I have to sign these orders. I'm very like specific with my orders. I do write something in every order I make, and I place tissue paper, and I write something sweet, and I throw some stickers and candy. So I think back, like I do this because I love it, so I try not to stress about it. But it does get to me from time to time. Yeah, there are times where I just have a breakdown, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm killing myself like from stress. But I try to like think this is love for the art. I mean, I love this, so I'm gonna take it easy. I'm just one person, but it's a big deal. I'm just one person making probably 30 majoras in a month. So I feel like I'm a machine.
I'll know not to order a Majora anytime soon, just to not add to your stress.
I get so excited when someone orders anything that is not a Majora. Like I do love making Majoras, but I'm like, yeah, I can make a Samus. Yeah, I can make a Dragon Priest. It breaks the routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm just trying to see what other questions. Yeah, dealing with, like I said, the business side of things is quite often the hardest. Making props can be straightforward, but everything else that goes along with it can be stressful, especially when you're trying to keep customers happy. But I've started meditating actually, which is really cool.
Really, it works.
Yeah, I'm like trying to like just streamline everything in my life and trying to go for a whole new, because like being self-employed and all, there's always highs and lows. There's always times where you kind of just want to break. Well, there have been times where I've broken down and cried. So I've decided this year that I'm getting rid of all that, and everything's going to be a lot smoother, and just start taking more time to look after myself and not run myself dry. And take 10 minutes out just to sort of try and clear my head and focus. And Google Calendar has been a lifesaver.
Really?
My Google Calendar is just like notification central. Looking at this week now, and there's like 30 odd notifications of stuff has to happen this week. And
I try to write it down and just place it at somewhere I can see it, because I would just snooze my notifications. I'm like, no, I don't have time for you. I don't have time for you. But then I'm like, shit,
no, I
forgot about something.
I snoozed them all. That's the whole point. But they're still there reminding me. And I can still go back and sort of see what was supposed to happen yesterday and transfer that forward. But a big one has been for my orders. When orders come in now, what I'll do is I'll set the reminders for like due out in 4 weeks, due out in 6 weeks, due out in 8 weeks, due out in 1 day, due out whenever, so that I can sort of have this constant build up. Because quite often you kind of just like at the beginning of the week check, you're like, oh no, that's due tomorrow. And
that's my life. Like, I swear. Most of my sales are on Etsy. Etsy gives you a reminder, like it's due in 3 days. It's due like past due a week. So
wait, Etsy gives you a reminder?
No, it doesn't send you a reminder, but you can check on your orders.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought you were getting notifications.
Yeah. No, I wish, but no. And sometimes I sit on Sunday and I'm like, I'm gonna check my Etsy, answer every question. I'm gonna check my orders, and oh my god, I have like 4 orders past due.
Yeah, I hate
and
that.
I can show you. I have like all my orders printed out, and I have a lot. I try to keep up with my orders, but honestly, it's impossible. Like, I used to be, when I was studying, I was able to have majoras or exames or everything already casted out. It was like, oh, I have a new order, I'm going to paint them. But right now, it's like, I have to send a majoras in 2 days, I'm going to cast it today.
Yeah.
It's been hell. But
what I did for my Etsy to sort of my kits and finished piece sales was that I changed my pricing structure. So
I noticed.
Yeah, and it's actually worked really well, because it now gives me up to 8 weeks to get something ready, and if people want it in a hurry, they have to pay extra for that. So I kind of like fiddle with the price a little bit. But all in all, there's a saving on everything. But if you're willing to wait a little bit longer, there's even more of a saving. And it just gives me that breathing space that because like quite often stuff cannot go your way. And you might think 2 weeks is a lot of time to get something ready. But sometimes finding a spare hour to cast a helmet can be a nightmare. So that's worked really, really well for me. So you can do like the express option, which is quite cool.
I should do that. I have usually 8 to 9 days.
Yeah.
And then like send it, but like before I used to have 4 to 5 days, and that was nothing. So when I began getting so many orders on Christmas, I had to I just couldn't. So I did what you did. Like, you need it for Christmas, I'm sorry, but I'm already full, so you have to pay for it. Because I'm gonna go to sleep at 4 a.m. because I'm gonna be casting. Like, you're taking hours of my sleep, so you have to pay for it.
That's good. I've got a new saying that we just came up with a couple of days ago, and that's it. It's either getting done tomorrow or in 3 months. That's it. There's no way. There's no in between time. If it's not being done tomorrow, you're getting it in June. I don't know how well that will work. I don't know how well business will go about saying that. But we've got a couple more questions, because that's an hour done already. It's crazy. So this comes in from Rafi, and he's asking, Adriana, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
Oh, 10 years, that's a big number.
That's a big number.
I'm not really sure, but I wanna keep doing this as a full-time job, and in 10 years.
Let's tie it in with a question that I usually ask. Where would you like to see yourself in 10 years' time if everything was to go your way and you were to have all the opportunities and finances that you would that you could have to have that dream? Where would you like to be?
Part of my dream, honestly, it's working for movies and making props for movies. That's like my biggest dream, beside being like a prop maker. I think that's every props maker dream, to be like work for a company. Well, not work for a company, like make props for a company. And in 10 years, I would like to have my company like all set and be able to make props for video game companies or movies or whatever, all that kinds of stuff. So if everything goes well and I meet a lot of cool people, that's where I want to be.
That is a very good goal to have. I think we're all kind of on the same level for that, just to be doing what we
Yeah.
do at a much larger level with employees, so you don't have to stay up till 4 a.m. casting all the time. Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, I used to have a like an assistant, and honestly, I miss her so much. She went to the army, and she would come to my house like at 1 a.m. Hey, do you need help? And I was like, yeah, I need help. And she would sand and trim all my castings like for hours. And
Oh,
even after that, she was like, you need more help. Like she would clean my shop if I was too busy or too stressed. She would just do anything I needed. But sadly, she left. I wish like the best for her, but I miss her. And I'm looking for another assistant. I'm still like not sure what am I gonna do. I'm trying to train my boyfriend because that way it's easier. He lives with me, so
yeah.
we're working on that.
I need like 4 assistants.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
will
but
work for cake.
I know, like, yeah, my last assistant, she worked for food. I would cook her.
That's
And
the
she would,
dream. That's the
I know,
dream.
right? I
You
know,
have
she
to
was
cook.
super
You
sweet. Like,
know?
yeah, she was super sweet. She would go like supply shopping with me or go with me to the post office. And when I got back home, I was like, "Oh, what do you want to eat? Whatever you make." And I would just do anything, and she would be happy. Um,
Oh, that is
so
good.
that's the dream, but that's not happening again. I'm pretty sure. So I've had a few people that are like, I can work for you for free if you just teach me what you do. But at the moment, I don't really have time to teach anyone. I really need someone that can just help me.
Yeah.
Like I don't have time to like explain what you have to do. Like it sounds mean, but I really don't.
No,
I don't even have time for myself.
I
So
understand where you're coming from with that. I've had interns and stuff, and I try and like divvy up my time to teach them. There's only so much you can teach them because a lot of it comes from
exactly.
experience of
Practicing.
repeating, practicing over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, assistant is
And
definitely.
I don't want my interns to be only like sanding and cleaning for me. I would like them
I
to like
know.
actually learn. So
I
that's why I decided not to take any at the moment because it's easy to tell my boyfriend, "Hey, sand me that. I need it. Sand it down."
you
But
can
I
give
can't
it.
tell anyone else like sand that for me. They're gonna be like, "No, teach me
Yeah.
something."
No, I'm trying to figure out if I can get some more assistants for the next couple of months. It would be really nice.
Yeah.
It's good having them. We have a question from John from Cosplay Props, who was a guest
Hi, John.
last
Yeah,
week.
I know.
Oh, yep. So he's got a couple of questions for you. He wants to know what is your favorite thing about the building process. So favorite
Oh,
stage, I suppose, of the building process. The favorite thing you like the most.
yeah. Yeah, that's a great question. Let's see. I really like painting, but the process I like the most, definitely it's not sanding, but it's that in between of when you have like just a block of foam and it's turning into something like beautiful. So that's like my favorite part. Not the sanding, not the cutting, just the process. Like, you know what I mean?
Don't lie, you love sanding.
None of us do.
Yes, we do.
None of us.
I love sanding, man.
Well,
I just
prop
sand
making is
all
like,
day, all day.
I mean, prop making is like 80% sanding. I
Yeah,
swear. Like,
I would
everything is sanding.
I would go to say 90% sanding.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's got a second question. What is your favorite work tool? And what tool do you wish you had that would make your life much easier?
That's a great question. Um, let's see. I would say the Dremel, but I, well, that's my most useful tool. Not my favorite, but I do use it for everything. But the bandsaw, oh my god, you can cut anything, like anything. So I would say it's in between like the Dremel and the bandsaw. Those are the ones I use every day.
Yep.
Especially the Dremel. I've had like three by far. I sand with them, I cut with them, like I do everything with them. So yeah,
So I still don't understand this, how people can break Dremels, because I've still got my first Dremel.
I know.
And
I'm
I've
gonna tell you. I'm
never...
gonna tell you as a Dremel owner for a few years. My first Dremel lasted me until a few months ago until the Black Friday. It died a week before the Black Friday. It just went dead. I was like standing. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna turn it off. And when I took it again, it didn't turn on. That's it. I don't even know what happened. I did not break it. It broke on itself.
Okay.
My second one, it happened the same way, and that one lasted for 2 months. That's just pathetic.
Because you can have problems with the Dremel that dust gets into the contact of the switch, so that when the switch comes in, it doesn't make connection with the power source. That's an issue, because my Dremel, quite often I'll press the button and it just won't start working, so then I just like blast it with the airline and get all the dust out of it.
That's what people told me, and I've done it. I even opened it open and it was clean. I really don't know what's the problem. Maybe that was part of it, but I always have an extension to my Dremel, so I have it really high so it doesn't get that much of dust. If I just have it in my hand, it's gonna die soon. So it doesn't get that much dust inside. I don't know why does it happen.
Well, I've had my Dremel 5, maybe 6 years now, so fingers crossed, touch wood, it oh, dogs. Hopefully it lasts me another 5 years. I've got a buddy and he reckons that if you are breaking your Dremel, you're using it for the wrong job. It's the wrong tool for the job, which I think is quite a valid point.
It's quite a valid point.
I know some prop artists have broke a lot of Dremels, and if you keep on breaking your Dremels, you're obviously using it for the wrong purpose.
Like my first Dremel lasted, well, it's still alive. It's 8 years old. 8.
Oh, that's a good Dremel.
It's still working. The second one, I got another one so my assistant could help me. My second one lasted for around 3 to 4 years, and the last one I got 2 months. Not very. So now I'm using the 80 years old Dremel. I think the newest the Dremel, the worse it gets. Yeah.
Well, prop artist problems. Hashtag.
Yep. Hashtag Dremel problems.
Morgan has come back with another quick question. So I think you may. This could be a quick answer. But what's the prop that you have made that you are most proud of?
Oh, I think that's quite easy. So far, my favorite and most valuable prop is my Daedric helmet.
Okay.
That was just beautiful. I'm making a second one. It's been like a year. I've been working on it, a bigger version. And honestly, I don't know how did I make the one before. Like, damn, I'm pretty impressed with myself. It's been really hard replicating the same one with Bundo, but so far so good. Another prop that I'm really proud of was my Palpatine cane. It's really simple, but I had to take a block of foam and hand sand it to the organic shape, just like in the movie. It was very, very hard, and I'm pretty proud of it. It's somewhere around there. Like, let's say it's done. Like, I had to sand down this. I just took a big insulation foam block, and I was like, damn, how am I gonna do this round? This is a square thing. But I sanded down every bit. Like, you see, it's very organic.
It looks great.
It's very odd shape, so there was like no pattern that I could just trace and carve. So I made a file on Illustrator and try to carve it out. So I'm pretty proud of this.
Excellent.
I love it.
Thanks for that, Morgan. So I've got a couple of questions before we go, because we're gone over the hour. I know it's my show, so I can go over the hour if I want to. But I asked this question to everybody. I hope it doesn't get lost in translation. But if you could choose 3 people that you would like to hang out with, so go for a drink, hang out, spend the day with. Sorry, I'm saying that wrong. If you could choose 3 people, 1 person to hang out with, 1 person to collaborate with artistically, and 1 person that you would just kind of like completely freak out from meeting, who would those 3 people be? They don't have to be prop people. They don't have to be cosplay people. They can be anybody on this planet, alive or dead.
Alive or okay. I would need like 1 minute to get that. Let's see. I would like to collaborate with Frank Ippolito, honestly. Yeah. Like, he's good.
What would you like to do with Frank? Because he does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, probably sculpting. That would be like an amazing experience. I'm slightly new to sculpting. Um, I've only made like one mask that was not like a helmet or a mask. It was a prosthetic. The rest have been like helmets or masks. But he does amazing suits, or anything he does is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I would love to collaborate and make a big suit or something. I don't know.
Excellent. Who would you like to hang out and go for a beer with?
Actually, I would like to hang out with some of my followers, really. Not someone specific, just people like who follow me. I would love to hang out with them and take a beer or something. Well, not a beer. I don't drink beer. Some alcohol.
That's really nice. Yeah. So people who've just been supporting you and been nice to you, and
yeah,
I like that.
like
Cool.
I'm really into like my followers and my customers. I love them. I mean, they buy my work, so come on.
They love you. Yeah, that's really sweet. And
Yeah.
who is the one person that you would completely freak out with if you met? Who would you?
It would probably be Harrison. Like I would totally freak out. He's like really down to earth and really cool, but I would still die.
Yeah.
Looking forward to meet him on DragonCon.
Yeah.
I'd least say hi and die. I was like last Christmas I gifted him one of my Majoras because I know he's a big Zelda fan.
Big Zelda fan. Yep.
Yeah, and I was really scared. I mean, I was sending him one of my props. I was like, shit, I could do a good job here. So he liked it. That's cool. And I'm looking forward to meet him and freak out. So that would be probably it. I would like to collaborate with Frank and hang out with my followers and freak out with Harrison.
Awesome. Sounds good. And one last question before we go. There are lots of people who are becoming very interested in prop making and cosplay making, and some just want to do it for themselves, and some have ambitions to be professionals and make a career of it. What advice would you give to those people starting out?
Honestly, it's let's say, I would say to like take it easy, because many people just like don't even know what to do. I get that question a lot, like, hey, I want to do what you do, but I don't know how to start. I would say to just buy a Dremel and begin practicing, because if you don't practice, it's not going to happen itself. At first, I was really bad at what I did. And something really important, like really, really important, that defines a good prop maker from a not so good prop maker, it's like perfection. Like, how do I say that in English? It's like seeking perfection, like not being, like, how do I say that word? I'm going to Google it.
Perfectionist.
I need that word.
A perfectionist?
Yeah, but I wouldn't call it perfection. It's more like not being, like not accepting. No, I'm gonna Google that word.
Okay. Find your word.
Yep. I need that word. No, this is not. Okay, whatever. Not like always looking to do better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think perfectionist. I think I think we understand what you mean. Striving to constantly improve yourself. Yeah. Exactly.
Like striving for like a better like thing, not. I need that word.
I don't think perfectionist is the right word, because I don't think there's anything is perfect. You should always be aiming to improve yourself. You should always be able to admit that you have faults, that you haven't done everything perfect, and that you can always learn and improve. So,
yeah, because if you are like, this looks good, I mean, at first it's gonna be like hard to like make it better, but you need to like think, I can do this better. Like, don't just stay and don't try to improve. You always need to improve. There's always room for improvement. Even I myself need to improve a lot. I do at times say, oh, I think it's looking good, and honestly, I know I can do better. So that's something really important.
I have left the shop going, yep, this is good. I'm never going to get any better. I've got home, I've sat down, and I've got straight back up and gone back to the shop to finish it because it wasn't perfect. I knew I could always do better.
Exactly.
So yeah, always strive. Well, listen, Adriana, thank you so much for that. I really, really enjoyed the last hour and 15 minutes.
Yay!
We
I
had,
finally met you. Yes.
yay, Sorenzo meets, it works.
Yeah, I didn't die. My English is not the best, but
Oh,
I
and
managed.
apparently the part where you kind of fizzled out, you didn't. Apparently everybody heard everything that you said, so it's all gone swimmingly. So for people who are watching, where can they find you on the internet, and how is it best to connect with you?
Probably Instagram. I do have a Facebook page, and I answer all the messages I get, but I won't post there as I would on Instagram. So under Dysania Props on Instagram and Facebook, everything has the same name. I'll gladly answer, or my email dysaniaprops@gmail.com.
Excellent. And there will be links to all that in the show notes at the bottom. So I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining us all the way from Puerto Rico. I would love to have you back on the show at some point in the future once I've met more people and we can talk more about what you've been up to. But and thanks to everybody who has tuned in and everybody who has watching this on YouTube afterwards. So it's goodbye from me. And do you want to say goodbye?
Oh yes, I'm gonna be leaving now, so I'll see you hopefully on Instagram and Facebook or whatever media you're gonna find me on. And thank you so much for having me. It was super fun, and I was nervous, but I managed.
No, you did great, and hopefully
I laugh a lot, and I'm always laughing, so that makes it harder.
It's a good way to be in this stressful job that we're in, as long as you can always laugh. And hopefully I will get to meet you at DragonCon this year and actually meet you.
Yes. You have to go. You actually have to go.
We can freak out over Harrison. We can all like, woo!
Yes.
Well, thanks very much. And thanks everybody for watching. Good night or good day.
It's 5 here, so good evening.
Okay.